guys, it's me, Amy from Aspire with Amy, and I have a fabulous guest today. I have Miss Natalie Clark. Yay! You guys, Natalie is a powerhouse community builder. She is the founder of I Am Strong and Sisterhood of DFW. And I am so excited to have her. It is a sisterhood circle of DFW. Her mission is rooted in uplifting others, especially women and girls, through intentional connection, personal growth, and powerful mentorship. From themed brunches to teen mentorship to hosting international retreats, Natalie creates safe, inspiring spaces where people are seen, heard, and celebrated. And when she's not curating unforgettable experiences, she's making memories with her family and friends. So please welcome Miss Natalie. Now, I've been seeing Miss Natalie all over social media. I've been following her for a while. I was like, okay, I need to have her on my show because she is that girl. She's got these videos, she's mentoring. So tell me, how did I Am Strong come to be?
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I'm excited to be here and just share a little bit of behind of why I do what I do. How it all started, I just believe that we all have purpose. And so my purpose is really to serve, but also just to be able to bring people together. Because regardless of what we do, we need each other.
Yes.
And so I know sometimes as we get older, it's a little bit harder just to find your tribe. It's harder to find community. And so rather than waiting on a space for someone to invite me, I wanted to curate a space, but also welcome and invite others. So that's how I got started with it all.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me, what does it mean to be a mentor to these teens and women and how did that come to be?
Well, my background is in education, and so I've mentored a lot of kids through the years, kids that people have given up on. Again, it goes back to purpose. Sometimes we just have to build a relationship, tap into what it is that they are struggling with or what it is that they need. And so that's how I started with the mentorship. In schools, you're able to pour into young children, but being able to actually connect with them outside of school allows you the opportunity to have some discussions that you can't have in school, really build that genuine relationship with them as well as their families. So that's how I started with the young girls. And then for women, again, it just, there's a space for all of us. A lot of times people want to be competitive. That's men and that's women. They want to be competitive. And I'm like, what God has for me is for me. What He has for you is for you. And so some people are very introverted. They don't really want to step out. Well, you know what? You can't meet me and say that you're going to stay to yourself because I'm going to tap into that, find a way for you to get comfortable. Um, because for the most part, what really holds people back are the people that know them. And that's
Really?
just the real truth. For the most part, they're worried about what are they going to think if I do this? How are they going to view me now? What if it doesn't work? Well, the reality is, if we're all focused on doing what we've been called to do, what we're passionate about, we're not going to be concerned on what did or didn't work for someone else. And so I love to be able to really encourage them to show up. Let's not sleep on these talents, not let's not sleep on these dreams and these gifts. We only get one life and we got to maximize it and live it.
Amen. I love that. So your events are known for their warmth, for their kindness, for the funness. Can you talk a little bit about what goes behind some of the events that you've created and what some events you have upcoming?
Okay. So I love all things classy and I love for just things to be together. And so with the events for the women, how it kind of started, I've always curated events, but it was mainly for people that I knew. And so in order to grow, we have to be stretched. And
Mm,
so when we are being stretched, we got to tap into our creative skills. Everybody's doing something, but what's going to set you apart? And so for me, it was the color scheme. But it wasn't just a color scheme, it was the message and why I picked the color. And so people on the outside just see me with all these women and they see us, look like we're having a good time. But behind the scenes, there's a message. There's a reason why I chose the color. There's a reason why I invited the women. And for a year and a half, all the meetups were private. I intentionally invited women to come out and be a part. And when they were there, maybe I asked the woman to wear red. And maybe I was asking her to wear red because a lot of times people say, oh, you got to be bold to wear red lipstick. You got to be bold to wear red. Well, behind the scenes, I was chatting with that lady about being confident and about being bold, which is why I picked that color red.
Mm,
So it allowed me, I am a mentor. I am a motivational speaker, but not all the time do we have to stand on a platform to really activate in our gift. So, me just sitting down at the table, the women meeting other women, but me just sharing something that 5 or to 7 minutes was really impactful and it was powerful to allow that woman to be confident, to be bold, to show up, to not dim her light. And so that is the real purpose behind the events that I curate.
I love that. I love that. And I see, even though it's been private, I see how beautiful you guys look, the color combos.
Thank
And
you.
so you could tell that there's a lot of attention and detail that goes into what you do. So, what is one piece of advice you give to young women stepping into their purpose?
One piece of advice that I give to people that are stepping into their purpose is to just start.
Mm,
Not all of us, none of us have it. Let's be honest, none of us have it all together, but we know that there's something that we want to do. And, a lot of times I hear people say, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. But if you keep talking about what you wanted to do and you never actually start, 4 years down the road, you'll still be talking about what you wanted to do 4 years ago. But in reality, once you actually start, just the people that you'll be able to connect with, the people that actually see you. Even today, I didn't know you, you didn't know me, but guess what? If I didn't actually start, if I didn't actually show up, I wouldn't have been able to connect with the people that I've been able to connect with. I wouldn't have been able to be in places that I never thought I would be at, or even inspire other people, because sometimes just you starting, it's inspiration to someone else. And so my message is always just start.
I love that. And I'm so glad you started because you definitely inspired me.
Thank you.
I definitely cannot wait to go to your next event. And I want to ask you, you have an upcoming retreat. Tell us about the I Am Survivor retreat in Cancun.
Yes. So I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. You're a survivor. We're all survivors. We've all survived something, whatever that is, whether it was childhood trauma, whether it was self doubt, lack of confidence, bad relationships, even illnesses. So it's not about what we've gone through, but it's about our reaction, and how we respond and what we take away from that. And so for me, October can be a very heavy month for me. Just a lot of things that have happened. That was my father's birth month. Who I've lost, and just that whole experience in itself. I've lost people that were really close to me. I've experienced some really hard things during the month of October, and so I know that October is Blind Awareness Month. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We focus on breast cancer. My grandmother died 2 weeks before I was born of breast cancer. And so for me, rather than focusing on all the negative things that October brings, it's also the month in which my business was birthed. So this year would be 5 years.
Wow.
And so for me, I wanted to do something positive with it. And so for the last couple years, I've hosted intimate things here in Dallas. A lot of people have asked me about retreats. And I thought, what better way than me to celebrate year 5 being in business by hosting I'm a Survivor retreat, where we're going to talk about, yes, being survivors, but having a good time and just being able to connect and just celebrating life because we only get one.
Mm. And what do you want these women to walk away with after your retreat experience?
What I really want them to walk away with is just knowing that all the things that I've gone through has made me who I am. Without those things, I wouldn't be where I am today. Without those things, I wouldn't have learned the lessons that I've learned. And whether or not I felt like I could make it, I survived. And because I've survived, I've been charged with inspiring someone else to let her know that she can survive, and just also just celebrating and clapping for themselves, what they've learned and where they are in that moment, and just to keep going.
Amen. Amen. Congratulations on 5 years. That's a
Thank you.
big deal.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. And I love how you kind of turn pain into purpose.
Yeah.
Um, wow. Wow. So, as far as your legacy, what does being strong mean to you today?
Oh wow. So strong itself, we hear that you have to be strong, and in the past and in our culture, strong means that you don't show signs that you need any help. You don't show signs that you're going through anything. But we're not meant to carry the weight of all of this on our shoulders. And so strong, for me, was striving to reach our next generation. That's what it stands for. And so, if I'm striving to reach our next generation, it takes the community, it takes the people that I surround myself with, because I've experienced things that you haven't. You've experienced things that I haven't. But together, we should be striving to reach the next generation by showing up, being an example, being consistent, showing them that anything is possible. So, for me, that's what strong is. We are striving together to make a difference. We can tell kids stuff all day long, but you know what? It's what we show them, it's how we make them feel. So, in order to really make an impact, to really make a difference, we truly have to be an example. And what better way to be an example by us standing together, speaking each other's names in rooms, sharing how they can benefit from the connection with someone else, because that's what it's really about. And we want to teach them now the importance of community, sisterhood, and having each other's back and making those genuine connections.
Amen. Mm. So, how can our audience support your work and get involved?
Well, thank you for asking that. Of course, you can donate, whether it's money or anything like that, to the mentorship program, but really, even your time. I've been blessed with the opportunity for some people. I want to have a venue. I don't have one yet, but I've been blessed with the opportunity for some people to say, you know what, I have this space. I would love for you to bring the girls here, or I would love for you to come. So, whether it's a space that's been opened up for me to come and curate an event for the girls, or a space that's been opened up for me to come and speak or me to partner, for a long time, people didn't realize when you were paying your reservation fee to attend something for me, or you were booking me, you were really allowing me to have resources and funds available so that I could pour back into the children.
Mm, 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 mm. All right, well, let's talk a little bit of the fun side of Miss Natalie. So, how would you describe your style? Because you be looking good, girl,
Thank you.
in 3 words.
Ooh, trendy, energetic, and fun. I would say trendy. I love coming up with my own styles. A lot of people have these little things that they like to do in their downtime. But for me, it was always creating looks with the things I already had in my closet. And when I do shop, I always shop with intent. I believe that your closet should be filled with color. I believe that it should be filled with outfits that fit your personality. So, regardless of what you do, something that looks great on somebody else, it may not look great on me. But I love just being able to create fun looks that show my personality and bring energy. So, if anything, when I walk in the room, you're going to ask me about my outfit.
Yes, we definitely do. And I know that you love to travel. So, share with us one of your favorite travel memories.
Oh, wow. I do love to travel for sure. One of my favorite travel memories is probably going to be taking my daughter to Toronto. It was an experience for her, it was a celebration for her, but it was just beautiful.
Mhm.
Just the scenery, the food, the people, all of that. I believe in traveling. It's not just about going to the place, but it's about the experience and it's about the long lasting memory. So that was one of my favorite places to travel to.
Would you go back
I
to
would definitely
Toronto?
go back.
Okay, okay, okay. And we know you love some chips and salsa. So do
Yes.
you like it mild or spicy?
Ooh, in between.
In between.
I may mix them, but I love
Okay.
anything that I can dip, whether it's guacamole,
Yeah.
queso, or salsa. Sign me up. I'm
Uh,
there.
Okay. 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 As far as this upcoming retreat, why do you think it's important for women to step away and pour into themselves?
Oh wow. It's important for everyone to step away and pour into themselves, men, women, so important. Especially if you have a spouse, you have kids, you have a business, you're working in corporate, whatever the case may be, you are pouring into people all the time. And even when you're at home and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have time for me. Guess what? Somebody needs something. The phone is ringing, we're checking emails, whatever. So for me, I know that it's so, so important just to step away from work, step away from that laptop, and sometimes stepping away from the phone.
Yeah.
Because the phone today, we can do all the things on the phone, and even for me, at the end of the day, I put my phone away, literally, where I have to just tend to it the next day.
Mm,
So sometimes just stepping away, and whether that's a staycation, that's needed. But when you are able to step away and you're able to step away with other people and you guys just pour into each other, laugh, just have a good time, that doesn't always happen. So if you are able to, take advantage of the opportunity to step away, whether that's every 6 months, every 90 days, it's awesome if you can do that. But if you're not stepping away, you're not filling your cup, and you should really, really be serving and showing up from an overflow, not from I'm giving it all I have. And sometimes the only way you can reset is to step away.
mhm. Okay, Miss Natalie. Well, I thank you so much for coming on today and sharing about the work that you're doing, building a community for young women, for teens, for pretty much everyone, because it affects so many people what you're doing. And so I want you to tell people how they can find you, and how they can reach out to you if they are interested in being a part of your upcoming events or donating to your
Okay.
events.
Yes, on Facebook, you can find me under Natalie Clark. On Instagram, my foundation is I Am Strong, which stands for I Am Striving to Reach Our Next Generation. So if you are on Instagram, you can type in I am underscore S period T period R period O period N period G, and you can follow me there. Once you follow me on either one of those platforms, if you click on my link tree, there you will find my website. You will find the link for my group. You will find videos from other podcasts that I've been on, as well as magazines that I've been featured in. And even if you want to book a call, there's just a power in being able to connect. And I would love to be able to connect with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Amy with Aspire with Amy. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube.
Yay!